Golf Central on YouTube is brought to you by the new Chrome Tour golf ball from Callaway.
Rory, nice solid first round out there. First impressions on the golf course?
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. You know, you're just really trying to, be as conservative as possible off the tee, and then, you're trying to pick off birdies on the par fives, and then maybe pick up a couple more. But yeah, it's a tricky golf course. I thought some of the hole locations early on were really tricky. I think you play a practice round or a pro-am, and the pins are all in the middle of the green, and then you get on a tournament day, and they start to tuck them away a little bit. And of course, definitely played a little tougher than I expected it to be.
And did I see that the big dog was out of the bag for the day?
Dog was out of the bag, having a sleep in the locker. Yeah, there's no. I was sort of thinking about it last night before I went to bed. I was like, well, sometimes if you're really conservative off a par 5 tee, you might need like a 5-wood into the green, but I'm never going to hit driver. So I just thought I've got a 2-iron, 3-iron, 4-iron all the way through, and then I've got a 5-wood just in case I need to hit it for an approach shot in a par 5. But I just don't see any hole out there that you need to get it more than sort of 260, 270 off the tee.
Now that you've seen the course and it's a little harder than you expected, how have you sort of calibrated maybe a different approach ahead of tomorrow, or in your mind what you feel about scoring?
Yeah, I think it's similar strategy that to what I did today, especially off the tee. You just have to get the ball in the fairway. The rough is unpredictable. You get a lot of flyers, like I did at the last hole there. So, and then maybe being a little less aggressive with approach shots and just getting it on the right side of the pin. It's hard. The greens are so grainy that uphill putts are very slow. But then if you get it above the hole, the downhill putts with the down green get very, very quick. So, leaving yourself below the hole is pretty important as well.
Plan for the rest of the day?
I'm going to go and relax, I think. It was an early start this morning. I was up at 4:30, so relax. Might go to the spa. Might do something, and then I've got a dinner tonight. So yeah, just a relaxed afternoon.
Nice. Well, enjoy. We look forward to seeing you back out there tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
Shane, a brilliant first round 64. What of all the brilliance out there on the golf course are you most pleased with today?
I put it nicely today. I played nice, gave myself a lot of chances, and then started to convert a few on the back nine. It was pretty nice. It was a really nice group with Luke and Tommy. We all had a great time, and we all played pretty good. So I just rolled off a few more birdies than they did on the back nine, and 64 is a really nice score. It's it's not that hard when you hit it in play out there, but you start missing fairways, it becomes quite tricky. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
We always speculate at home how much of a difference a group makes, a comfortable group playing alongside your friends, but in your own words, what difference does that make to you?
Yeah, when I saw the draw, I was really happy, really excited. Get out there with two of the lads. Obviously, we've had some good things happen us the last few weeks, and it was just nice. I've always loved playing with Tommy. I actually haven't played with Luke that much in tournaments, so but obviously I know him pretty well, and yeah, we all fed off each other, and it was nice.
How much of that was some Ryder Cup chat out there, reminiscing?
There was a little bit. Yeah, a little bit talking about, we could hear the horns from the road. It was not as off-putting as the Betpage crowd, but there was a little bit of Ryder Cup chat out there. But I suppose, but at the end of the day, we're all professional golfers, and we want to shoot the best scores we can. So, ultimately, we all want to beat each other too. So even though we're friends, we want to get out there and shoot a better score than the other person.
Yeah, friendly competition is always healthy. And then just a final question on your game. And you said that in terms of putting, that's feeling great. Is everything else just feeling like it's clicking and coming together for you?
Yeah, look, I feel like this type of golf course suits me. I spend half the year moaning about golf courses that are too wide. So when I get somewhere like here, I need to, take advantage of it. And I did today. And hopefully I can keep doing that for the rest of the week.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you, Shane. Well done today. Ben, fantastic first round, 4 under par. Rory was just saying to us there that perhaps it played a little harder under tournament environment than it did in practice rounds. Do you feel similar, or given your scoring, perhaps not?
It's funny. Every golfer is different. Some people play better when they're casually at home or in practice rounds. I feel like I'm the worst golfer when it comes to me playing at home or playing practice rounds or playing pro-ams. I rarely shoot under par in pro-ams, I'll be honest. And I think when I get into tournament mode, I kind of lock in a little bit more with targets and everything like that. I'd say my strategy was pretty similar to the practice rounds. I think some guys tend to maybe lay back I just kept hitting the 3-wood pretty good and put it out there. So a hole like number 9, a lot of guys are hitting iron off that tee. I put 3-wood down there and was able to have a short iron in and made birdie. So I think it depends on the holes, but certainly in tournament conditions, this is a very challenging golf course. You think about your strategy a little bit more than maybe if you're playing more casually. You might hit driver on a few holes if you're playing here for fun. And in a tournament, it's not necessarily worth it. I think if you were to look at the stats, it makes sense to just keep it in the fairway, hit irons, and have a lot of mid-irons into the greens. And I feel like all of us did a pretty good job of that today, and we're all able to shoot under par in our group.
And obviously playing in India for the first time, different grasses, different grains, reacting in different ways. What are some of the takeaways that you would have from your first round that perhaps you're going to put into play for tomorrow?
Yeah, the conditions are tough. The rough is really challenging. If you put it in the rough, it's really hard to not only get it to the green, but land it on and keep it on the green. Even Rory there on number 9 was in the first cut and caught a jumper lie because it just sits down a little bit and it's tough to judge. And I think he hit a 9-iron from like 200 yards and still went over the green. So it's crazy to think like that because if he was a step further left, he was probably hitting a 7 or 6-iron from the fairway. So it's a challenging course. You need to be in the fairway. If you're in the rough, you got to make sure you have a good angle into the pins. I felt like I did a pretty good job of keeping it in the fairway most of the day. I was in the rough a couple of times, but a couple of those holes were par 5s where I was laying up, and it all worked out. And was able to post a good number, and hopefully can keep the pedal down the rest of the week.
Yeah, you've posted a good number early on. You've got the rest of the day. What's your plan?
Yeah, I'll probably practice putting a little bit. It was a little inconsistent in the middle. I putted pretty well from mid-range, made a lot of mid-range putts, made a good amount of birdie putts that you maybe don't necessarily expect, but you're trying to make. But I need to clean up a little bit from short range. I missed a couple there in the middle, so I'll do a little practice, probably relax a little bit at the hotel. It was an early morning, so maybe take a small nap. I know my caddy and Victor and his caddy are going to Old Delhi later this afternoon. I don't know if I'm going to make it with them, but they're going to go explore. Whether I go with them or not, I look forward to hearing some stories or experiencing that with them. But yeah, it's been amazing so far here in Delhi. The experience has been amazing. The fans are great. Tons of fans out there following our group. It was a lot of fun.
Awesome. Well done today, Ben, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Keita, great round today, and you got off to a really hot start. It was a 7-under total, 4 birdies in a row to start with. How confident were you feeling with your game heading into this week?
Yeah, today was a pretty solid day, so I made 8 birdies, good for this golf course. Happy to that.
And your game was feeling good heading into this week?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. So I played a PGA Tour in Japan in last week, then get some energy for this week. So yeah, and I love Indian golf course, yeah.
What is it about Indian golf courses and Delhi Golf Club that you love so much?
Yeah, I play well in India, but I don't know why I play well. So this difficult golf course, but when I come to India, so my golf is getting better, but I don't know why.
Well, we enjoyed watching you out there today. Best of luck tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Rahil, great first round, 5 under par. Tell me a little bit about how it was out there for you, both in terms of how you're feeling with your game and how it was playing at this level in front of home fans.
Obviously, it's great to finish 5 under on the first round. The game has been okay last week, but before that, not so great. So I'm really glad that it turned out the way it did today. Obviously, my caddy and myself, we were just out there just trying to have some fun. I've been a little too serious with the game in the past 8 months, not been having fun. Yes, last week and this week has been fun. I guess this is the way to play golf.